Good morning. So we're doing the second trail that we wanted to do, which is down the lake, basically leads to Montana. So we've already come up the trail a little bit. You can see the town of Waterton there. Big hotel in the background. I think that's Bears Hump. And our trail. So yeah, should be a good walk. A little bit warmer today. It's already about, I think I saw 8 degrees when we got up, but it feels warmer than that. I'm already opening my jacket. So, yeah, we'll get going. See what we can see. The last of the fireweed flowers.
We paused to watch the sun peek over the mountain. And at the lookout point, we could see our general destination at the border of Montana and beyond. Fall colors continued to catch my eye.
Alright, to our junction. We're gonna head 4.3 kilometers down to the boundary.
Oregon grapes lined this trail as well. And these asters complemented their color nicely. I admired the interesting patterns on the surface of this rock. The hike takes you along the lake, and this time we'd be hiking through some burnt-out sections. With the reduced tree cover, you definitely want to prepare for sun exposure during the summer months.
That's the route we went yesterday. In between those two, somewhere in there. Troops. Happy troops. A lot more colorful. Pan over, hopefully you could see some of the shining. Stream crossing coming up. Careful you don't fall in. No, don't do it. Don't jump.
I think I'll need my pool shoes.
I think you better pull them out.
Lyndon had learned his lesson after Wilmore, but these streams were quite dry at this time of year.
And then suddenly you're among trees, and it just gives you the sensation of, wow, I'm in a forest. And then you realize it's because you've been walking through burnt out forest for the past kilometer or two. That is pretty nice. Nice, I'm guessing this is the food area. Wow. And then the campsites are off that way. You'd have a nice view. Could be a little windy though.
While we were at Waterton, the wind was almost constant.
Number 2, no fires permitted. Ooh, somebody left their socks.
I guess the area knocked their socks off.
Must be a little cozier. It's a little breezy as well.
We finished exploring the area, then continued on with our hike.
I guess you could do that too.
This section of the trail had a bit of an exciting climb with the cliff overhead. For horseback riders, it's recommended to dismount. And we found some feathered friends.
Ruffed grouse. The other bird was bigger. Still didn't identify it for some reason.
I'm referring to the dusky grouse we had seen while hiking to Lake Bertha.
Small valley. Might be a bit of a stream crossing when
That stream was also dry. We continued on, admiring the small trees growing along the trail.
Ooh. Good morning. Guys out for a walk? Yeah, you got a fancy tail. You're pretty. Oh, you left your missus. What's she gonna do? Run like a chocobo.
We continued on, but soon came across another ruffed grouse.
Wow, look at your display. So pretty. Yeah, you're gonna get lots of chicks like that. Gonna approach. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Ah! Something just hit me in the head.
Karma for chasing the grouse.
What was it?
I don't know, must have been a piece of tree or something.
Piece of tree. It had wings. Listen.
We reached a small bay, which was utterly peaceful. I wish we could have stayed here longer. The peace was broken by the sound of a motor.
So now they drummed at this time of year. I don't know if you could hear that, but there's a ruffed grouse somewhere in the distance drumming. The same birds as we saw earlier.
Ruffed grouse drum throughout the year. I spotted some more bead lilies.
Kind of a midpoint, and we're still coming through the forest, enjoying our walk. Nice to see a little bit of trees and get a bit of shade cover, because all trails have kind of warned that this area doesn't have a lot of shade right now because of the burnt out sections. So yeah, on a 20-30 degree day, I would definitely say it would be problematic. I see spider webs all over my camera. I've been cutting through every single spider web along the way. I should really let Lyndon go first for a while. But good sign. Means we're the first people on the trail, but also there haven't been a lot of large animals either on the trail, such as bear.
Such as bear.
But, yeah, very nice walk so far. How am I going to deal with this? Might get the bottoms of my feet wet. Oh no! And then tackles the stream crossing, no problem.
No problem. No water shoes for me.
The first tour boat for the day glided through the water. We could hear a bit of the audio commentary as it went. And like an echo, the wake of waves followed. The lake soon calmed into its previous solitude.
Video section.
We crossed another dry stream bed. And then we reached the destination we had come for.
Lots of warnings. No firearms. Right, so maybe it is goat haunt.
One of the other signs had it misspelled as goat huant.
We made it. So you can kind of see, it goes up into the, straight over the mountain actually. We'll zoom in on that after. It's convention of 1818, sorry. United States. I'm now in the United States. I'm in Montana. Treaty of 1908. And we're back in Canada. Wow. Oh, this is so cool. Treaty of 1925. Yeah, they got this international boundary. And then it's almost worn off.
I then took a look at this portion of the world's longest undefended border.
So there is a cut swath. This is looking west.
Trees had been cleared in both directions, including up and over the mountain. It must be an interesting job to maintain the line and keep the area clear.
So Lyndon's gonna dare to keep going. We're going to see if the
U.S. will send out helicopters with agents to come and inspect our passports.
Okay, so I guess if we want to continue with the trail,
yeah
we'd have to report
we would
it.
need a
But I'm
permit.
just gonna walk in. It's been a while since I'm in Montana.
Yeah.
Continue walking along here. We need to let them know. Don't assume we just keep walking.
So I think we're gonna stop for a snack here and head back. Oh, nice. Very nice.
I sat down on the dock and enjoyed the sunshine.
A little bit bouncy. Hey everyone. So just a look at me and our surroundings as far as I can pan. Holy crud. I've got a lot of spider webs across my lens. Oh, this is beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. The other way. Cool.
I found some cute graffiti carved into the dock. I assume there is no couple called Ken and Usa.
Lyndon just cracked open a chocolate one by accident, so I guess I'm having a second one. And I'm supposed to film something.
Well, it's the first time I've ever been in the States illegally.
Is it illegal?
I don't know, like, the cairn is like, what you say, 50 meters away? About that?
If that.
And they gave us this tantalizing boat dock to sit at. I don't know, I'm enjoying the view of Montana. I love that craggy rock over there, that mountain.
Yeah, I'd love to go see it.
It's been a while since I've been in Montana. This was 2006. So it's nice to say that we sat in Montana for a bit here. Had lunch in Montana.
Heck, we might even do it legally tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, see what we can do, I guess.
At the time, we were thinking of taking one of the tour boats to Montana.
Yeah, the fact that the patrol boat went by and they didn't make a beeline for us is kind of reassuring that they don't really mind.
It's funny, it doesn't look any different than being in Canada. Same trees, same mountains, almost.
Same warnings.
Same warnings.
You're entering grizzly country.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder why we even have a border at all. We're so similar. It's like you go to the east, everybody's like New Englanders. You come out to BC, everybody's like the West Coast. You come here, everybody's like the mountains. Manitoba, it's like the Great Plains, right?
I took a few moments to admire the mountains further in Montana. As well as the boat we saw earlier, a small crew was somewhere in the forest and we could hear them using chainsaws.
My good deed for the States, as Lyndon put it. Picked up this bag, this even gum, and a pull tab.
Actually returning back to Canada.
And it looks like some animal actually tried to chew through it. So we are going to head back. Bye-bye, Montana. It's nice visiting you. Various tags on the... They're always misleading, though. They look like they're a long distance, but then they're really not. Yeah, some more bear boxes. So this is on the Canada side. So you could hike down here and then further on around Montana.
It was a very strange experience walking into the States and not having any border guards asking for ID or why and where I was going. Even this chipmunk paid me no mind and continued foraging on the juniper berries. However, the squirrel that stashed this large mushroom gave us a piece of his mind and the forest.
Squirrel up there. I think he's throwing things down at us.
Oh, crap. Crap, right now is the time, apparently.
There is a squirrel up there. We just had to run away. Yeah, he's kind of looking back at us. Like,
Oh, is he throwing shit at us?
I think he is. Or he's dropping cones at least. He's probably also like, leave my mushroom alone. That'll feed me for a whole week this winter. The things you don't see on the other sides of the trees. That's a pretty good scratch.
The bark had been scratched off of the tree, which we hadn't seen when we were hiking in the opposite direction.
Even some filled in. That's pretty fresh. I would say that was done this year. Noticing there's a bit of a clearing here. No signs of fur or anything, but in there.
And we found more.
Oh, there's another one over there. Raining pine needles.
We were told later that the majority of the bears in Waterton are black bears, but there are a few grizzlies. And on the other side of the lake was a trail that had just been closed off to hiking as a bear was seen eating a carcass. Fortunately, we didn't come across anything like that here. I spotted a cluster of false Solomon seal berries. They look quite similar to toxic plants, so should be collected with caution. The roots had a number of medicinal uses.
That one is big. It's my hand for comparison. This one as well.
We continued on, especially with some rainy clouds starting to roll in. The wind was picking up and making the water choppy, but I still managed to spot a couple of common mergansers hunting by looking under the surface of the water.
Impressive rock.
We reached the burnt-out section of the forest.
Yeah, now we're in the no shade zone.
Fireweed had grown in the open area and thrived off of the nutrients from the fire. Other flowers bloomed vigorously, in turn attracting bees to pollinate them. The dark clouds ahead of us and the light behind us lit up the white trunks and gave them a silvery appearance. We headed back down the rocky path. And I found a late blooming strawberry. The tall mountains were back in the distance, and I appreciated the call of a cricket.
Any last great thoughts?
Just never take for granted backcountry areas. Short distances, but they do take a long time to get through because of the terrain.
The deceptive distance and rugged terrain still made for an enjoyable hike. As always, thanks for watching.